Insect bites, Japanese customer service, and the Japan coin laundry. What's the connection? In today's story, which is a bit unusual, I'll first talk about how I got these strange insect bites in my apartment, and that led me to deep cleaning and trying to find what insect or creature was biting me, which then led me to decide to wash all of my futon linens at the local coin laundry, which is also known as a laundromat, near my house in京都Nabe. And what I discovered at the coin laundry was a Sasuga Japan moment. Sasuga is a special expression in Japanese. It confirms or validates what we would strongly believe to be true and expect. So in this case, it would be great Japanese service, but at a place you would never expect it. I found a coin laundry in Kyoto Nabe with the best service in all of Japan, and thus that means in the world. So let's get into it. Hi, I'm Mike Matsuno, the man in Japan. On this channel, I share stories about everyday life in Japan. If you're interested in knowing more about what living in Japan is like, please hit that subscribe button to be notified of when I post a new video. Hands down, Japan has the best service in the world. There is not even a close second, be it in restaurants, department stores, fast food, any service industry or hospitality or tourist job, and in almost every face-to-face type of business. The Japanese hospitality concept of omotenashi, the term that was used in the speech that won the Tokyo Olympic bid, is the idea of treating the customer or the guest with the utmost respect and to do one's best to make the customer feel appreciated and satisfied with one's service. The kind, polite, and helpful demeanor of the Japanese staff, as well as the attention to detail and follow-through, are all trademarks of Japanese service. For those who have been to Japan, I'm certain that you can understand what I'm talking about. But I still am curious. Can you tell me in the comments what you personally think of Japanese customer service and why? Anyway, back to my story. About 2 months ago, I was taking a video for my Summer in Japan video up here. I wanted a nice green background, so I went to the same river in the town of Idecho, which is close by, which some of you may remember. Last March, I made a video with a 360-degree camera of cherry blossoms while walking on the riverbed in Idecho. At that time, the riverbeds had no vegetation outside of some grass growing on it. So I went back to the same place on the riverbed, but was very surprised to see that the riverbed vegetation had grown into almost like a tall jungle. It was July and midsummer, and so it was hot and humid, and there were a lot of insects and bugs flying around. The brush and grass was very thick, but I continued walking through some of it, taking video of myself talking. All along, I was getting some insect bites, but I didn't pay much attention to them. I wanted to finish taking the video. A couple of days later, I felt like I was getting insect bites on certain parts of my body, but especially behind my right thigh, where it was difficult to see what was biting me. A few days later, I started getting really itchy behind my right thigh. I was at loss at what continued to bite me. I had put on some antibiotic ointment, but it still didn't get any better, and a couple of days later after that, I got more bites on my rear end and on my left thigh. The areas on my body that were getting bitten were where I usually have clothes covering. Also, they were on my backside, so I could not see any of these bites. I thought I was getting bit by maybe a mosquito or maybe a spider or something else at nights when I slept on the futon, because I slept with just a sleeveless shirt and underwear. And it was at that time that I still did not have my air conditioner fixed or replaced and had the sliding glass doors open except for the screen door. So some insects and bugs were still coming into the apartment at that time. The bites continued and became unbearably itchy. And with my hand, I could feel the bites that seemed to be getting bigger and somewhat infected. And so finally, using a large mirror and later my iPhone, I saw that I had 17 red insect bites on the back of my right thigh. I was shocked, and I quickly went to Dr. Okamoto, my local primary physician, who when he saw it, he was so surprised and he said, "Kore wa chotto hidoi desu ne." This really looks bad. Dr. Okamoto could not tell me what caused it, and he just said probably it was like a keimushi, which translated meant caterpillar or insect, so that wasn't any real help to find out. He prescribed some kind of ointment with steroids in it and 2 types of allergy pills to help stop the itching. By the process of elimination, I decided it had to be either when I was sleeping at night on the futon or from the black desk chair where I sat for many hours every day. I had gotten the black desk chair from a recycle shop 2 years ago before, but I had never had any problem with insects or bites before. But maybe somehow bed bugs or fleas somehow got into the seat's material of the desk chair. But I was perplexed at where they came from. If they really were living in the chair seat material, I would have to throw out the chair. but I wanted to at least try and see if I could somehow sterilize or get rid of the invisible insects, although I had never seen anything bite me. So I went online and Googled how to get rid of dust mites and fleas. The vlog said to carefully vacuum and then steam clean the surface of the area. I also went to Konan, the nearby home improvement store, to look for an insecticide or something that I could spray onto the surface of the chair after I vacuum and steam clean the chair. Previously, when I first started getting the bites, I did spray some of this fumakida, which is for flies and for mosquitoes, onto the surface of the chair and underneath the chair, but it didn't help. So when I went to Konan, I asked the sales clerk if they had anything for dani, which are dust mites. I wasn't sure what was biting me, but that was the only Japanese insect word that I could remember. Fortunately, at Konan, they had a dani or shutout or shutout dani spray. And this could be used on futons or pillows or blankets safely, I assume. So I thought that I would try this. But the spray said to shut out the dani, so I wondered if it would also help to get rid or kill the dani. But anyway, I bought it and I headed home. When I got home, I carefully vacuumed, then I steam cleaned the entire chair seat, and then I finally sprayed the shut out the dani spray onto all parts of the chair seat that was made up of a soft and net-like material. It was all just a guess that something invisible or that could not be seen by the naked eye was biting me on the backside of my legs and my rear end. It could have been from anywhere. It could have been from the futon, it could have been from the chair, and who knows. And since I had not cleaned the apartment very well for many years, I decided that I needed to do an osoji, a deep cleaning, and would start by washing all the bed linens, futon covers, anything that was stacked up next to my futon. Even if they were already washed before, I thought I needed to wash everything all at once, so I decided to take everything to the coin laundry or the laundromat to be sure that these invisible insects or creatures or dani would not be able to move from linen to linen. So today's plan is to take all the sheets and the blankets and things that were washed before and were stacked here, but because of the itchiness that I'm getting behind my leg and something biting me, as well as I thought, I might as well do osoji, right? I had used many coin laundries in Japan when I traveled domestically, but I had never had to use one in this local area. But I had seen one coin laundry close to my house, about 10 minutes by car. So I took all of the linens off of the futons and the pillows, collected all the sheets, blankets, and other bed linen that was even clean and stacked next to my futon, and headed to the coin laundry to wash everything. If you really think about it, a coin laundry is a business that owners choose to run because overall costs, salaries, and benefits for staff are very minimal. Customers come and put into the washer and dryer coins and wash and dry their own clothes. You really do not need any staff on site except for the maintenance of the machines, maybe cleaning up the premise, maybe taking the coins out and opening and closing the doors. Labor costs are very minimal, and if it runs smoothly, just like owning a parking lot with an automatic payment system, you really do not need any staff. You could do everything by yourself. But at the coin laundry in Kyoto Nabe, where I went for the first time, called Laundry Sueyoshi, they broke the typical coin laundry mode and created a completely new coin laundry system that really surprised me, and all I could say was, "Sasuga Japan." that. Even like futon, they're doing futon. So now Kimi has probably had to put in a big plastic bag, right?
Plastic bag is this.
Oh, plastic bag is service too. Remember everyone, this is all service. You only pay for the washing and the drying, not the labor that the staff person does. I don't think there's a place like this outside of Japan, and maybe not even in Japan. Last week when I came, there was a typhoon going on, so it was super crowded, and that's when the staff person really had to work. You know, they were like laundry stocked up, backed up. People were coming in and just leaving it. They would pay the money, they would put it in a plastic bag like this. The paper would be filled out. They were like there's a waiting list. So when it's raining, great for business, but the staff people really, they are really working hard. So the customer will come here, drop off, pay, and then go. And then come back later, and it's already neatly packed and ready for them. That's like unbelievable. Never would you see this in America, but Kimi was just saying that even in Japan, this is probably the only place that they have staff that actually fold and pack it and leave it at the door. Now remember, there's no cost, additional cost for the plastic bag or their service that they do. That is wild. And so Mr. Sueyoshi must have the business model, because he has to pay staff, but he must do well enough that he can cover the costs and run a successful business. So Kimi here works here 3 times a week.
Yes.
And you said you studied in Hawaii. What did you like about Hawaii?
Ocean people, Hawaiian people, very kind. I wanna go to Hawaii.
After I cleaned and sprayed the chair and washed all the linens, I no longer had any more insect bites. I'm quite certain that whatever was biting me was living in the chair material, and the only thing I can conclude was when I went to Idecho and walked through the bushes of the riverbeds, fleas or mites or some insect somehow got attached to my clothes, and I brought them home with me, and when I sat down to work on the computer with the same clothes on, they migrated from my clothes and infested this desk chair. I will never know for sure, but that is the only conclusion I could make. But the one consolation of this weird experience was I found Coin Laundry Sueyoshi and experienced the best service at a coin laundry that I have ever seen or experienced. I'm certain that they are the only ones in Japan, and the world for that matter, that do so much for their customers for no additional charge. Mr. Sueyoshi, the owner, has figured out a new type of business model of success, a win-win-win, where he can hire staff for the coin laundry every day of the week and not charge anything more than the cost of the actual washing and drying. He'll have happy customers who keep coming back, and the success of running 3 local coin laundry businesses on the same system. Sasuga Japan, Sasuga Sueyoshi-san. Thanks for watching this video. If you like the content, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe. Until the next video, have a great week and take good care of yourself. ありがとう。